Okay, here we are, City Heroes Video Tours. This is issue 28, page 2, release candidate 1 on the open beta server. And we're going to do the new Erin West story arc in Callisti Wharf. It offers 3 badges, 1 for completion and 2 others for hitting certain criteria with a dialogue. But before you start this arc, you must have completed this storyline right here, blurring the lines. And you must also complete Code Merlin and Vigilante Justice from Tavish Bell. If you don't do those, then you don't have a chance of getting one of the 2 bonus badges, and you'll have to go back again. Luckily though, the new story arc is an Oro, so you can always go back and do it as many times as needed to get all the badges from it. Alright, so we're going to kick this arc off. There's lots and lots of dialogue on this arc that you have to click. If you don't hit the dialogue options just right, you won't get the 2 bonus badges. You can get both in one run if you're careful. But if you mess up the dialogue, you'd have to restart the whole arc. And we're going to do this outside of Ouroboros in regular mode. So, also, the Callisti Wharf contacts are a minimum of level 40, and they should all be unlocked for you, so that you can immediately go to them in the zone. And again, their arcs are in Ouroboros as well. There's 1 KW contact that is unlockable through a special tip mission, but you'll easily get that, and that's covered on another video. Lengthy conversation, she says. Yep. Just pay attention to the ones that I'm clicking, because even now it counts. Okay. Now we just click her again, and we're in the mission. And in this mission, the dialogue counts. The trick is you have to make sure that Erin West likes you a lot. So, well, not that much, but be on great terms with her, and that paves the way towards the bonus badges. Okay, reporters, NPC teammates, dimensional counterpart of B. Don't know why they have that in there, but okay. Now she gave you cue cards, but to use, and there are options here regarding the cue cards, but we want to have a light touch on things with the humor to keep the reporters kind of jumping, as well as Erin West happy. So we are quite literally going to choose this one. I am Zarbon, Overlord of Space. I am not making this up. This is the one to choose to start this off. And then we stick with the dialogues regarding, well, being an alien, basically. Okay. Okay, good. Among changes to the Callisti Wharf Zone, upgraded skulls. Yes. Okay, now it's fight time. Gotta rescue all the reporters and beat up all the skulls. So I'll take care of that, and we'll be right back. Okay. Basically, you just run around that map, smash all the skulls, get all the captives free, they run off, you beat the boss, hallelujah. Yeah. Standard stuff. So it's not quite that fight that counts, it's all that dialogue I just chose, and yes, that is the dialogue to choose. To work your way towards the bonus badge called Truth Seeker. Okay. Okay, so first, we mentioned about ignoring the note cards. Yeah. She's quite amused and glad that you went off the scorecards. Okay. Must choose this hope to keep you laughing. And then the skull thing being pretty clever. This is the one to choose right here. Of course, I don't know anything about that skull attack or how it happened. Right. Okay. Okay, this is where I have to go meet all the NPC teammates that I'll be having, at least at first. This is a pure dialogue mission inside the building. There's no battling in it. The dialogue choices in this mission do not impact the bonus badges in the slightest. But there are apparently some little bonus Easter egg cutscene endings in this story arc that you can get depending on dialogue choices. So again, in this mission, the dialogue choices do not impact the bonus badges at this time. That can always be subject to change, but not likely. And to get to them, we just gotta go up into here, step on a teleporter, here we are. So basically just go through the dialogue options. Clickety click. We have a clue. Is this one right here. Not Positron in the well, that's for the other story arcs. Strange discrepancy. We got the dossier files on the others. Okay. Again, all that dialogue does not impact the bonuses or the badges. It might impact how certain cutscenes play out at the end, but they're just Easter egg cutscenes, so. Yeah. Now the real work begins. Okay. Okay. Now the good news is that the missions, actually, they'll take you by helicopter to them. The helicopter's up on the roof. Just go right through here. And here we are. But after the missions, though, you gotta go back down and talk to her. You can't just call her. She'll be like, oh, just come on down here and talk. It's like, okay. Go figure, huh? And this mission here is the one and only defeat all. I'm gonna activate my mark and recall to bring me back here. You'll see why. Like I said, this is your standard everyday defeat all. There's no glowies to really click on this one. It's just smash them all. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the map is cleansed of the devouring earth and the objective changes. You have an exit interview to do. So we'll just mark and recall. Don't have to talk to the camera guy, just gotta talk to this guy. Now this first interview, we gotta make sure it goes real nice to keep the contact, Erin West, happy. But we also need to choose some certain dialogue so that while it's still nice enough, we set things up for this guy to get the other badge. So select this one, Cares. And then this one. Then the puff piece option. Select this one here. Then this one, we kick their butts. Just say it was a team effort. And then hope the Hamidan's ready. There. Okay. So far, we're on track for the 2 bonus badges. So you're always going to go back and forth through the building to get to her to debrief after the missions. Okay, go ahead and pick this one. I'm the best. And then what's next? Don't do the others, just do the ones I'm hitting. All should be well. Okay, this one is just locate the correct glowy, and then of course also we'll have to do another exit interview. So, once again, through the door. Okay. And the glowy that we need is a computer terminal at the end of the last level of the map. The maps, by the way, don't change on these missions. They're going to be the same floor pattern. I've run this arc a few times, so... Let's hit mark and recall. for a quick jump back to here. And be right back. Okay, here we are, last part of the last level of the map. Then we gotta do a little cleanup before I can touch that glow. This will just interfere. By the way, there are impending changes to certain powers' recharge time to stop a lot of the proc bombing that occurs in the game. This tank is not a proc bomber, and despite impending changes to tankers in this issue, this tank's performance is not really impacted. So tank players, don't worry too much. Yep, found the right glowy. All other glowies are superfluous. It's this one that you want. It's always going to be in this general area of the map. So, let's go do the next interview. Okay. Pay attention to my dialogues. First, we start off, do my best. Right here. This is the one to choose. Traditional land. And we keep choosing statements like this. Do not jump back to the interview. Keep choosing any statements like this. So we want this one. And then this one. This one. This one. Ding! We have a bonus badge. Okay, bonus badge number 1. Alright, now let's go have a chat with my contact. Just choose this one here. And then this one here. Sure, hit me. Hit me with the next assignment, that is. Okay. Alright, this next mission again impacts some of the cutscene endings that you might get. Options in this mission do not impact the badges. So let's just go ahead and knock this mission out. This is where you might also learn that your NPC companions in this one are perhaps not quite on your side. Remember, Cray is in the cloning. Alright, contrary to what this says, this is not a clear all mission. What we need to do is to get up to this area here on the map. So in the interest of time, we're just going to go right there. Again, this is not really a clear all. It's just get to the dialogue parts. See? It activates this. Okay. Choose the Independence Fort Eden one. There, those NPCs are going to do what it takes to keep you from going to Eden. So, to keep this, you know, fairly peaceful between you and the NPCs, just choose Independence Port. Never split. But then you agree to split. You choose Independence Port. Yeah. Basically just choose those two. Doesn't overwhelmingly matter. Okay. Then we go through the western tunnel here. We just go through the tunnel. Now it changes. Now, of course, you gotta go back and try to save your teammates. Again, this is not really a clear-all. Okay. Ooh, there we are. Just gotta click one of them. Ta-da! That's that. Okay. Let's debrief. And tell her that you ordered them to split up and take responsibility. Okay. Now choose the too bad so sad on we go bit. You must choose this one. Okay. Now you must select. You must select who did you lose. Then you must select grief shared. You must do that. And then choose the no one should have to go through that. These options I'm choosing are not optional if you want to work towards the other bonus badge. Right. Then choose need time to think about it. And that should do it. Now. Okay. Defeat 20 Devouring Earth. Well, before we do that, this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting now. We have to do a little spin-off work, as it were, to ensure that the other badge is awarded. So if you want the next bonus badge, you're going to have to do exactly what I'm going to do next. So you remember those arcs I showed you in Ouroboros? This is why you have to do them also. As a little extra bit of information, the contact number 6 over in the Vanguard base, you have to have done his story as well. So you have to do Blurring the Lines from Kelly Ukwa at level 35 to 39. At the level 50, you gotta do Tavish Bell's story arcs that we showed you. Code Merlin and Vigilante Justice. Those 3 story arcs must be done. And then you also have to do number 6 over in the Vanguard base. And the sequence for talking to these people should go in this order. Tavish Bell. Number 6. Kelly Ukwa. Then go back to number 6. Then if necessary, go back to Ukwa one more time. There's 10 clues that we must get. You get all 10, then we come back and then we deal with this mission, then we go back and talk to her, and hallelujah. Now, let's go to inactive contacts for a moment. And just see if maybe some of them can be called versus Gaussian. Okay, there's number 6. We can call him. There's Tavish Bell. Okay, excellent. For the record, if you were doing this in flashback mode through Ouroboros, you wouldn't be able to do this through the inactive contacts. You'd have to physically go to these people and click on them. But let's just see what happens if in regular mode outside of Oro, if I click the call button. Hey, what do you know? Saves a little travel time. So, Sharon Brown. This is the one. You must select Sharon Brown and then go through all dialogue options regarding what happened to Sharon Brown, who was the mentor to Erin West. Then just say doesn't matter. Yeah. Keep it professional with this guy. Don't tip. It's best not to tip Cray off that she wants answers. So. Okay. So far, so good. Let's open up the clues tab too. So you're gonna want to see these. This is clue number 1 to getting the next secondary badge. It comes from Erin West herself. You must have this, otherwise don't bother. Alright, so we ask, how did Brown die? Feel free to pause the vid to read all this stuff if you like, but we're going to move on ahead. So, we have another question. Who was the hero that caused it? Flambeau. That somehow doesn't surprise me. Okay. And then what were they investigating? Were the actions justified? What was the fallout from their demise? Now let's take a look at these clues here. Deceased disposition. This clue is unique to Tavish Bell. He's the only one that will give this. It is one of the 10. So, excellent. Excellent. So we have a total of 5 clues, and these 4 came from Tavish Bell. So for now, we're going to leave him be. You could click on these other 3, but don't bother. It's a waste of time. And there's a slim chance you might break your progress towards the bonus badge. So don't bother with those. Just Sharon Brown, and then all the questions regarding what happened to Sharon Brown. Now, let's go back to the inactives for a minute. And let's see here. Where was he at on the list? There he is, number 6. So number 6 is next. Tavish Bell, then number 6. And again, you must have completed his story arc. Okay, so once again, options, but you want Sharon Brown, nothing else. Let's also bring the clue tab back up. So Sharon Brown. How'd they die? Okay. Who was the hero? What were they investigating? What was the fallout? Okay. Excellent. So far, so good. So we got some more clues up here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 10 clues. So far, so good. Now we gotta go talk to Kelly Ukwa in Nerva. Now, I did her storyline through Oro. I had to flash back and do hers. So I don't exactly have her on the inactive contact list because of that. But that's alright. We're going to go to the Nerva, and we're going to go chat with her. And this is an advantage to not having done this current story arc in the Oro mode, because for a quick hop to Nerva from here and be near where the contact is at, Tree of Thorns number 1. Hit it. You cannot use LFG if you're in flashback mode, by the way. That takes you out of flashback and you have to start the arc all over, so we don't want to do that. This is why I purposely chose not to do this in Oro. Do it the regular way, and then if I make a mistake, I can always flash back later. This puts us actually pretty close to where Kelly Ook was at. That's why I did this. Instead of going through base teleporter, which would put me right over here. And since it's a talkie mission, you can't just use mission transport. It won't work. And there she is. Nifty, huh? Now again, I had a flashback to her, that's why I can't just call her direct like the other two. So, it was Tavish Bell, then number 6, both of whom I did outside of Oro, now Kelly Ukwa. Let's bring the clue tab back open. And again, just the Sharon Brown stuff. Okay, make sure you're choosing the ones that I'm choosing. Okay, clues are dinging. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clues. 7 clues, 8 clues. Okay. 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 So I whipped through that dialogue a few times just to make sure. So, we're almost there. Okay, so it looks like we got 8 out of 10 clues. Now, I'm going to be honest. Do you really need all 10 clues? They say you do. If you miss any of the clues, you might not be able to get the bonus badge, and we're not going to test that. So, now let's go back to contacts. We need number 6 again. We're done with Tavish Bell. Once he gives you that deceased disposition clue, he's done talking about all this. But that's perfectly fine. That's the way it's set up. And you want that clue anyway. So number 6, let's bring him back up. Bring the clue tab back. Let's see here. Sharon Brown again. That was another clue that just dinged, so... That's 9 clues. Okay, I do believe that's number 10. Let's verify. Yep, still 9. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's the magic number. That's 10. So these are the clues that you need. This first one, second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. We have them all. Okay. All we needed. We're done talking to these 3, so now back to the main plot line. Defeat 20 Devouring Earth. If you really want to quickly get through this, since I'm rogue, I could go to Cray's Folly right now and just quickly wipe out 20 Devouring Earth and call it good. So yeah. So if you're rogue, and you have to be rogue or villain to do this, but if you're rogue, just go to Cray's Folly and wipe out 20 Devouring Earth and go back to Callisti Wharf. I find that to be very quick because the Devouring Earth and Cray's Folly are low level, and you can quickly wipe them out. So if you find like a group of the Devouring Earth swarm clouds, those things drop real quick. So, be right back. Okay, back. Alright, so the 20 Devouring Earthmen wiped out, now we get to debrief. This is it. This is time to receive that other bonus badge. So, here we are. Okay. Select the things you learned about Sharon Brown. If you have all 10 clues, then you should be getting the badge. If you're missing any of the clues, you may not get the badge, but you still have time to go ahead and talk to the 3 contacts again to make sure you didn't miss anything. You have until the next mission after this debrief is completed to talk to those 3, so. Okay, so learn about Sharon Brown. Learned about the attack. Learned about the safety failures. Negligent Cray. Learned who was behind it. Possible justification. And then that's it. We have a badge. Truth Seeker. Okay. Oh, this is for the new giant monster that's in the zone. So these are the 2 bonus badges, all done through those dialogue options that you've seen me go through on this video. Choose the ones that I did in this video, go back and rewatch as needed, and there you go. Okay. So she's basically pals with you now. Alright. Now, on with the show, as it were. Again, before you do this mission, if you have not received this badge, go back and talk to those 3 contacts again. Tavish Bell, 6, Ukwa, and then 6 again. Make sure you've gone through all the Sharon Brown dialogue options, and then go back and try talking to West again. So here we go. But doing it the way I did is the quickest, efficient way to receive that Truth Seeker badge. Choose the wrong dialogue at any point in time, and well, guess what? You're doing the arc all over again through flashback mode. Okay. Contrary to what this says, this is not a clear all map. What we need to do is come to here, to this part of the map, to this. And then, clicking this is a little tricky, but there we go. Yeah, there we are. This is where things are going to get interesting. And of course, it's showtime. These are new NPCs that they gave you to replace the ones that were missing from the last mission. When you split the party up, that's alright. We don't need to worry about them. And like I said earlier, while tanks aren't being adjusted in this update, not too worried about the update. Tanks are still doing just fine. Of course, I don't build proc bombers either, but okay. Okay, so once again, down to here. Just pick disciplinary action. And explain. There. Okay. 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 Okay, so this is where you can choose what type of endings you want for your NPC characters. It doesn't overwhelmingly matter what happens to them. But basically bring them with you to the mission. Just choose this one right here. Okay, that's that. It basically the endings that are going to occur for them really depends on your dialogue choices that you've had with them, but that doesn't impact the badges because we already got the badges. Now it's just a matter of ending this. So let's go end this. Final mission. Yay. Okay. No map. The map being the way it is a known issue. Yeah. So we might be doing a little spinning around in circles a bit. That's alright. Yeah, case in point. Going round in circles. Okay. Ah, here we are. Okay. Okay, now we have something of a map. And let's see. Okay, so far so good. No map. Yeah. Just try to go straight. Okay, So far, so good. Okay, once again, we have a bit of a map. From what I gather, this is a known issue with the map, and they're apparently still working on it. But okay, click. Gotta go find a battery pack. So, back we go. This is where any previous glowy crate I would have passed by will now be lit up to choose. NPCs can handle these guys. We head this away. And it should be this one. And it was. Perfect. By the way, just a minor FYI, you have no idea how many times I ran through this to unlock all the information about those 2 bonus badges, so... Being able to efficiently travel through this now is a blessing. Oh. Clicky here. Got a clue, yay. Well, surprise, surprise, the clones turn on me. Paragon protectors are clones made from DNA of other heroes and villains by Cray. Ergo, they're all programmed in the lab to loyal to Cray, loyal to Cray. And ta-da! Okay. Proceed forward. So far, so good. Right spot. Okay. Okay, this is where we now gotta find the mission exit. And I didn't set it in the beginning, but this is where mark and recall would again be very nice. Instead, I gotta run my way back out. No matter. Actually, there is another way. I could teleport to base, but this is on test server and this alt's not part of a group. So you know what? No problem. Using good old LFG. Complete mission that way. So remember that if you don't have mark and recall or if you didn't use it. Again, that's the advantage of doing story arcs outside of Ouroboros. Outside Ouroboros, you can use LFG. If you try it while you're in Ouroboros mode, it'll take you out of Ouroboros mode, then you're starting all over again. So just remember that. Okay. Oh, this is a dialogue. Interesting dialogue option. This dialogue option only comes up because of you getting the bonus badge. Let's see what she says. Okay. Just had to make sure. And ta-da! Front person for completing the badge. Alright, these two are from the dialogue choices you saw me carefully go through, and this is for completing it. We did it. Now, one moment. Okay, here we are back at an O crystal, so I can show you again. Like I showed in the beginning, blurring the lines. You must do this story arc before the Erin West arc. No choice, you have to do this one. And you must do Code Merlin and Vigilante Justice from Tavish Bell. The key thing to remember about those two contacts, they both work for Cray. So these two arcs must be done. If you can do them out of Ouroboros mode, that's great. Because that way you can see I could call Tavish Bell and have to travel to it. Otherwise, you got some traveling to do. And then, right here, Pretoria's Last Gasp. The number 6 story arc. You must complete this one as well. Now, the thing is, you must complete these because that way you'll have the souvenirs from them. But there's also about 4 badges to get from doing number 6's story arc, plus this extra mission from him here too, the antimatter solo mission. So you've got to do these, plus Tavish Bell, plus the Kelly Ukwa level 35 to 39 mission. You must do all those before you tackle the new Erin West story arc. You have no choice if you want to work towards that True Seeker badge. Okay, well, that's me a cut and a print and a wrap. We'll see you on the next video. 20 minutes. Okay, good. Anyway, see you on the next video. And hey, as always, don't forget, once in a while, turn your computer off, go outside and play.